The name Shannon is an old family name, going back to our Irish ancestry. The Downs family married the Shannon family, and the Shannon family obviously being quite a well-known family name in Ireland, we didn't want to lose that. So what we did generations back is Shannon was kept on as a second name. So for example, my father's Keith Shannon Downs, my brother's Stuart Shannon Downs, I'm James Anthony Shannon Downs. My sisters even have Shannon as a second name, so there's always a lineage back to the wine through the family members. And also there's a bit of an Irish feel to the estate with the river behind. In the early mornings we have these beautiful columns of mist wafting down, symbolising our cool climate, and it's just got a bit of a Irish, Scottish feel about it. Shannon Vineyards as a business, one of the business models we've incorporated is to do our upfront research in the vineyard. So our entire capital outlay in the beginning has been very much vineyard driven. Spent 7 years researching our vineyards, selling grapes to other big wineries before actually embarking on bottling our own wine, having identified which pockets of vineyards and soil types and different flavour expressions we're actually wanting to capture on the bottle. We have a husband and wife winemaking team, Gordon and Nadia Newton-Johnson. They're based in the Hemel Order, so we have a dedicated winemaking team that takes on board the grapes, nurtures the grapes in the winery. The winery itself in the Hemel Order is gravity fed. We keep things very simple. We don't do major pump overs. We do punch down, very tangible, and wild ferment everything. So the whole idea is all the work that's done in the vineyards is not influenced by any new age winemaking techniques. We keep it very simple, very true, and try and capture the vineyard expression in bottle. Going back to emphasizing discoveries in the vineyard, for us, we're trying to really maximize the Elgin Valley in terms of its wine potential, and South Africa, and it's important for us to really do the research up front to get to understand what our vineyards can deliver, because to market South Africa internationally on a terroir basis, it's very important that we identify new discoveries in the vineyards. There's a lot of technology being applied in wineries these days, very high-tech pieces of equipment, but if one goes back to the roots of the wine industry and back to viticulture, we have such an amazing wine growing area in the Western Cape with such diverse soils and ancient soils, that if we can focus in on viticulture and really grasp new discoveries, I think that'll be a really defining selling point internationally in terms of putting the Western Cape, South Africa, the Elgin Valley and Shannon Vineyards on the international map. Being a small volume producer, only producing 10 barrels of Pinot Noir, 10 barrels of Mount Bullitt, and the equivalent of 6,000 bottles of Sauvignon Blanc, which is in relation about 20 barrels of Sauvignon Blanc. In the distance is the inspiration of our Mount Bullitt label. Kogelberg, Bullitt Mountain, Mount Bullitt, standing proud at 1,200, and I think it's 49 meters above sea level. It looks over us, ensures we do our work correctly, and it protects us from the winter storms coming from the southwest, from the Antarctic. And also what it symbolizes is the fact that we're surrounded by Table Mountain sandstone rock structures. So the entire Elgin Valley is surrounded by these mountains. It's an ancient soil type, the Table Mountain sandstone, which is very unique to South Africa, and it's a matter of capturing unique wine expressions from these soils to make ourselves different to other international wine growing regions. What we're trying to create is to express stylistically a wine at the end of the day, and every action in the vineyard is going to influence the end result. Because what we're trying to create is an expression of style and also expression of flavor. So if we prune our vines in a certain way, if we create the form of the vine in a certain way, it will definitely have a huge impact on the end result, the wine in the bottle. And in selling the Shannon story, it's not about high-tech wineries. We keep everything very simple, wild ferment, etc. But it's about telling the story of South Africa, its climate, and again, discoveries in the vineyard.